So are werewolves just a Hollywood creation, or do half-man, half-wolf creatures really exist? Now, tonight, we kick off our Conspiracy Theory Month series, which was a fan favorite during the old Hannity's America show. From aliens to buried treasure, every week for the rest of the month, we're going to tell you about some hair-raising stories. Now, our first takes us to a small town in southern Wisconsin, where some locals say that a man-wolf has been on the loose for over 20 years. All right, take a look. Werewolf, a mythological or folkloric human with the ability to morph into a wolf-like creature. Now, Hollywood has long portrayed the werewolf as a superhuman beast, transformed by the appearance of a full moon with extra human strength and senses far beyond normal men or wolves. But stories of werewolves have been around for centuries, and the tales of unexplained man-beasts roaming the night continue to this day. In fact, one of the tales takes roots just outside a small town of Elkhorn, Wisconsin. It begins on a quiet country road lined with old family farms, rolling pastures, and surrounding woods. In this quintessential American landscape lives a local legend the residents there call the Beast of Bray Road. Now, for over 20 years, the locals there have been telling stories of half-man, half-wolf creatures lurking in the woods of southern Wisconsin. And nobody knows more about this mysterious creature than Linda Godfrey. She is the author of The Beast of Bray Road and has been on the hunt for the elusive creature for 17 years.
Well, back in 1991-92, I was a reporter for an area newspaper. And it came to my attention that people around the small city of Elkhorn, Wisconsin, were beginning to report to our county animal control officer that they were seeing a creature that they could best describe as a werewolf. When I went around to talk to these people, they seemed like good, ordinary, honest citizens. They ranged from junior high students to farmers to elderly people, and it's remained that way to this day.
In her 17 years of hunting down the mysterious beast, Linda has collected over 400 accounts of sightings throughout Wisconsin.
The reports of its appearance are remarkably consistent. Everybody estimates a height between 5 to 7 feet tall, covered with very shaggy fur, a long, sharp muzzle with fangs and very prominent teeth, and often doing things that an ordinary creature wouldn't do. It uses its paws to hold chunks of raw meat. They've described maggoty roadkill. And most startlingly, it uses its hind legs to walk around or run.
Steve Kruger is one of the few people to have a close encounter with the Beast of Bray Road.
It was November of 2006. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning. I was contracted by the DNR at the time to pick up the roadkill deer alongside the road. It was on Holy Hill Road. I pulled right on over, and I got lifted up the deer, threw it in the back of the truck. I went back into the cab. I had my beacon light on. There were no other cars in sight. I sat down and started to do the paperwork, and I felt the truck shake. At first I thought it was the wind until it shook a second time, and it was a little bit more vigorous. When I looked in the rearview mirror, what I saw was a larger black hairy creature. Looked like it was actually reaching into the back end of the truck. It looked like it was a body of a bear, but the head was a larger looking type of wolf head with a large muzzle on it, a longer muzzle, and it had pointy ears. At first, it didn't quite hit me right off the bat what it was that I was seeing. It startled me, but the minute I got a clearer look at it after a couple seconds, all I knew is that it was not something I've ever seen before. And I've seen pretty much, I thought, every type of animal that there was inside of the state of Wisconsin until that night.
Tales of human shape shifting into animals dates back to Native American folklore.
There are some really amazing connections that I've discovered between our local Native American lore and these, what I like to call man-wolf sightings. Many people don't know that Wisconsin has most of the animal-shaped ancient effigy mounds in the world, right here in our state. And the ones that are shaped with a long tail that are actually called water spirits by the Native Americans, I found that a map of those localities overlaps almost exactly with hotspots of man-wolf sightings.
Katie Zahn of Janesville, Wisconsin, also witnessed the man-wolf in Western Rock County.
It was July 2004. Me and 3 of my friends were out in a field and just having a good time, messing around. And we heard some noises off in the field a couple hundred yards away. didn't think too much of it. A little while later, we kept hearing the noises, and they became louder, and trees breaking and things like that. We tried to ignore it, but we soon found out that it was a bad idea. We saw a creature 7-8 feet tall, and it was coming towards us. The creature it stood like a human and acted as a human would, but it looked like a dog or a wolf. We were completely surprised. We had no idea what was going on. We ran back to our car as fast as we could and drove away.
Although Bray Road was the original site of the first reported flap of sightings, really this creature has been seen everywhere.
Sightings of similar half-man, half-beast have also been recorded in northern Michigan. There, the beast is known as the Michigan Dogman. Some say the most compelling piece of evidence of the existence of the Michigan Dogman turned up about 5 years ago and is known as the Gable film. Now, this video apparently shows what some say is the Dogman. The exact origin of this tape still remains a mystery, but experts say that it was shot in the early 1970s. The Gable film has never officially been proven authentic or a hoax, so the stories of werewolves walking among us continue. Can the folklore be true? Do werewolves really exist?
I was in total amazement. I had no idea what was going on. I was scared out of my mind.
Or are these just tales from an overactive imagination?
I really don't know if there's a way to actually convince someone what it is that I personally saw. What I saw is what I saw.
I don't know if it's a natural creature, a supernatural creature, or some kind of strange phenomena that we can't even comprehend. But what keeps me going after it is, why are all these hundreds of people seeing something that looks like a werewolf? I don't know what it is, but I hope someday to at least get an answer to that.
Stories of the werewolf can be found as far back as history has been recorded. And as long as the beast of Bray Road lurks in the unsuspecting woods in southern Wisconsin, I guess the legend will continue.